Claire Paccalin. We can talk to her now from the courthouse. Claire, survivors today then getting the chance to tell their own stories in court. What have you been hearing from inside the courtroom?
Well, I've just come out of the courtroom, Nadia, and I was listening to Pierre Sylvain give his testimony. He was at the Bataclan with his girlfriend, Hélène. He said that as soon as he heard the gunshots, he knew exactly what it was. He's old enough to have done his military service, so he knew what was happening, and he immediately tried to get himself and Hélène out of the concert hall as quickly as possible. But they were both shot. They were both shot in the face. He nearly lost his eye. Hélène was severely disfigured. She had a bullet go through her temple, and then it broke apart inside her skull. So she was severely disfigured after that, but through 14 different operations and the miraculous work of surgeons, she is now today, 6 years later, able to show her face to the world, says Pierre Sylvain. It's not the same face as she had before the attack, but she is now able to show her face to the world and not receive too many strange looks. So Pierre Sylvain basically gave an outline of what happened on that night, as well as how he and Hélène have lived the last 6 years, the depression they felt, and how he hopes that this trial, rather than being closure for them, will actually hopefully be a stepping stone to move on with their lives.
A really poignant testimony then, Claire. How long will we be hearing testimonies like this? What should we expect in the next few weeks?
Well, the Bataclan testimonies will go on until the end of the month. We've already heard the testimonies of people who survived the attacks at the Stade de France and the bars and restaurants in Paris. We're now onto the Bataclan testimonies, and a theme that we're getting and we're hearing a lot is one of guilt. Many of the survivors feel guilty for having survived the attacks and not been able to help the people who didn't survive, people who they had to leave, people who died that night. Pierre Sylvain, again, who we just heard from in the courtroom, he said that he got some advice when he was at the military hospital after the attack, when he was being treated, and a doctor said to him, "You have to let the dead go. There's nothing you can do for them now. You have to let them go." And he says he tries to live by that advice, but it's still a struggle for him, and he and Hélène are still continuing with their ordeal.
Claire Paccalin for us there live outside the courthouse in central Paris. Thanks very much indeed for your reporting.